So then guys, just recently we had the announcement of the new iPhone 17 models, and including in that we saw the brand new iPhone 17 Pro and also the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But a lot of you guys are wondering, what about the iPhone 14 Pro Max? It's about 3 years old now. Is it worth upgrading now to the likes of an iPhone 17 Pro Max? Is it worth doing that jump at last, or maybe squeezing another year or two out of your 14 Pro Max? Well, today we're going to try our best to answer that. We're going to do an iPhone 17 Pro Max versus the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and we're going to do a review of specs with that. But just before we get started on that, so then guys, if you feel like your inbox has got to boss level, then meet Jace, your intelligent email assistant that actually lives in your mailbox. It sorts, prioritizes, and drafts emails in your voice so replies sound like you, but just faster. Need to book a meeting? Jace checks your calendar rules, proposes times, and handles the back and forth for you. Research to do? Well, Jace can search the web, pull in the key points, and cite the sources. Are you drowning in attachment? Well, it reads PDFs, decks, and docs, answers questions about them, and keeps everything super tidy. It also plugs into the tools that you already use, like Google Drives for docs and sheets, so emails, files, and tasks stay always organized. Think of Jace as your personal AI assistant that actually understands your workflow, not just another chatbot out there, but an actual agent that takes action across your tools. So if you're ready to stop living in your inbox and get back to meaningful work, check out Jace with all the details that are in the description below of this video, and check it out right now. So with that out of the way guys, let's now get started then on this review comparison of the iPhone 14 Pro Max versus the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So then guys, what we have right here is we have the iPhone 14 Pro Max on the left side, and we have the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro Max on the right side for this complete technical specifications analysis, as we like to say it here, or that review of comparisons of the actual specs. And let's get started then right away. So I'd say the key differences at a glance, as you can see right here, is that obviously the iPhone 14 Pro Max, there's a lot of differences. It's got a smaller display to begin with. It's 6.7-inch OLED compared to the 6.9-inch OLED on this one. So it's 0.2 of an inch bigger. We've also got the old stainless steel frame and glass. It was the last one to actually have that, and now we've gone back to the aluminum and glass, or aluminium and glass this time round. We also had the older A16 Bionic inside of it, and now we actually have the A19 Pro chip inside. It was definitely a lot faster, as you will see later on. And then the RAM, for example, was 6 gigabytes in the iPhone 14 Pro Max. We are double that now. We've got 12 gigabytes of RAM inside the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So that is a lot there. Then also for the front-facing camera, that was 12 megapixels. That's how much we used to have in this. Obviously, that was the first time we got the upgrade to the new kind of one with dynamic island and everything. But obviously, we've got an even newer camera now. This is the 18 megapixel one. Well, it's a 1.5 times improvement in megapixels, and also it's far better in how it works and everything like that. We also have the ability to do 4K recording, but now we can do things like 4K RAW log 2 recording, and then even like battery life as well. Look at that, 4,323 milliamp compared to 5,088 milliamp. That is an increase of 765 milliamps here. And like we said, the iPhone 17 Pro Max brings significant upgrades across performance, camera, and display technology, as we will go further onto this. And in fact, with that, let's talk about the display and screen technology further in depth here. So like I did say, we had the 6.7-inch display. We now have the 6.9-inch display. One of the main reasons behind this is that the actual 17 Pro Max is ever so slightly larger, but also the bezels around the screen are actually thinner as well, that black border, and that's what helps to get up to 6.9 inches too. So yeah, it's really, really good we have that. Both these phones actually have a very similar ProMotion display inside of them. So this goes from 1 Hz up to 120 Hz. But one of the key differences is to do with brightness. We've only got 2000 nits of brightness on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, whereas with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, this is a 3000 nits brightness. This is far more superior. So when you're out and about and bright light shining down on your phone, this is going to help out even artificial light. It's going to be really great. And then the material holding all of this together is the stainless steel and glass compared to the aluminum and glass. So yeah, in summary, we still have a brilliant OLED display. We do have a 50% bright display, and we still do have 120 Hz Pro motion. But yeah, it's definitely going to be great outdoors using that display. But moving on then to the build materials and the construction here. So what we actually had, like I said, was the stainless steel and glass. This is what we had, the ceramic shield with that. But what we've got now is that we've got the aluminum and glass kind of ability now on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And even the thickness shows a difference here, that obviously the iPhone 14 Pro Max was slimmer here. It was 7.85 millimeters thick compared to 8.7 here. So we're talking just under a millimeter thicker, the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And you'll see how that helps out with like battery life and things like that in just a moment. But obviously, you know, premium benefits here is the durability and the strength. The finish of the stainless steel did look really good, but obviously the iPhone 17 Pro Max is still really good. It's made out of a lighter weight, you know, aluminum here, but obviously it's slightly thicker for enhanced features, as we will talk about. But moving on then for performance and processing power, and this is where we have some massive changes here. We have that next generation chip architecture and memory too. We used to have the A16 Bionic in the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and that was a great chip when it came out, and it was paired up with 6 GB of RAM. And in that A16 we had that 6-core CPU, it was 4 efficiency cores, 2 performance cores, and we also had a 5-core GPU. Whereas with the A19 Pro, well, that still does have a 6-core CPU, same setup of the 4 efficiencies and 2 performance, but we now have 6 GPU cores, and then obviously we have extra cache now on those cores, and then we also have that new kind of neural kind of ability on those cores too for the GPU, and then the RAM is double the amount. It's 100% more. It is 12 GB of RAM compared to 6 GB, so it's far better. And even just looking down here at the bottom, we've got 40% faster CPU, 100% more RAM, and 2 times the amount of GPU performance compared to the A16 Bionic. So definitely a worthy upgrade in just the chip alone there. But then moving on then to professional photography. Now obviously the front-facing camera is 12 megapixel compared to the 18 megapixel now. So this is even sharper, but obviously you can do all those abilities where you can have it in landscape or portrait, even just holding your phone still in a portrait mode. This is really great on the 17 Pro Max. Whereas for the 14 Pro Max as well, we have the telephoto, what's still a 12 megapixel on here. And do remember, we could only go up to about, I think it was about a 3 times or 3.5 times zoom capability on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. This is way better now, where we can actually go up to 8 times on this. And even the telephoto megapixels, 48 megapixels. It's 4 times the amount we had before on the 12 megapixel. So this is definitely a better camera system. And then obviously there are triple cameras, and then obviously we get 48 megapixels on all of the lenses here. Whereas the iPhone 14 Pro Max, it was only the main sensor what had a 48 megapixel. The other two were 12 megapixels there. But with this though, you know, that definitely means we get like 1.5 times better selfies. We've got 4 times the amount of megapixels in the telephoto. And then obviously we can also do the 4K RAW Log 2 photography, what we'll talk about, or videos, what we'll talk about in just a second. And talk about that, let's get on to it actually. So video recording capabilities. We just had standard 4K recording on the 14 Pro Max. We can now do things like 4K RAW Log 2 on the 17 Pro Max. You can only record on one camera at a time. You can now do dual recording. You can do the front and rear facing camera, and there's lots of other abilities too. So yeah, there's a lot of great key improvements that we have here between, you know, both of these phones. The 17 Pro Max is definitely better in video recording and photography. But moving on from this then, for connectivity and Wi-Fi. You can see now the iPhone 14 Pro Max had the old Wi-Fi 6 chip in it, and obviously that could go up to 1.2 gigabits per second, what was still very good and still great today, I would say. But the iPhone 17 Pro Max does have that new N1 chip, the Wi-Fi 7 chip, and we can get up to 6.9 gigabits per second here. This is 475% faster. This is a lot faster here with the Wi-Fi 7 chip inside of it. And obviously, because Apple built this from the ground up, you are going to get better efficiencies, and obviously it helps with this, and also enhanced security features as well. Apple can throw in the mix there because they built the chip themselves. But then moving on from this, and the battery and thermal management, there's some big changes here too. Look at this. The battery capacity on the 14 Pro Max was 4,323 milliamp, whereas the 17 Pro Max, it's 5,088 milliamp battery. This is an increase of 765 milliamps. So yeah, this is definitely a massive jump up here. And even MagSafe charging could only do 14 watts. We could do on the 14 Pro Max, and this was Qi 2 and also the MagSafe standard protocol, whereas we can now go up to 25 watts charging using the new MagSafe charger. Or what you can do is you can use Qi 2.2. And then cooling as well. The A16 did get quite hot, and you did actually feel the heat coming through the phone. But the thing is, now with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we have that new vapor chamber system, what is definitely helping out on cooling now, and also aluminum as well to actually help get rid of that heat quicker too. So this is definitely a great thing to see. But then in summary then, and recommendations, the iPhone 14 Pro Max versus the 17 Pro Max, is it worth the upgrade? Well, I think there's a lot here to talk about. Like we said, we've got the increase in the display size, we've got the better brightness, we've got the A16 to A19 Pro, 6 gigabytes, up to 12, with 18 megapixel front-facing camera, that ability to do all those kind of pro kind of recording abilities, a bigger battery life. There is a lot going on here. Now, obviously, some of those trade-offs are stainless steel versus aluminum. Obviously, it's slightly thinner, the 14 Pro Max. But overall, I definitely think the 17 Pro Max is a worthy upgrade. And if you are in the bit where you're umming and ahhing, this is the year I should probably maybe upgrade, I would personally consider it, because you are going to get all of those upgrades from the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 15 Pro models also put into this. So that is a lot going on there. But as we can see here, the iPhone 17 Pro Max offers significant upgrades for professional and enthusiasts, whilst the 14 Pro Max is still good, but it might be worth the upgrade right now if you can do it. So in conclusion here then, guys, I think one of the big takeaways is that we actually have 3 years of updates in this. So obviously we went from that stainless steel over to titanium, and obviously you missed out on the titanium because we've gone back to aluminum or aluminium now. So yeah, that is one thing there. But some of the big advantages that have happened over that time is that we've gone to USB-C. We have the camera control button, for example. We have those slimmer bezels around the screen. In fact, the screen's even bigger. We've also got all of the other enhancements, like on cameras. We've got things like 48 megapixels now on every single camera lens. Obviously the improved selfie camera. You get the idea. It's brilliant. Even the brightness is even better. There is a lot of improvements. And personally, in my opinion, I do think that obviously if you are thinking of getting an upgrade, it is worthy to do it for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. You've also got Apple Intelligence as well. You get the idea. There are loads of things I could actually list here and say it's worth it. Obviously, if you're happy with your 14 Pro Max and you just don't want to upgrade it and just happy the way it is, happy with your battery life, everything, stick with it. Because obviously it's going to get a good number of years of updates to come. But like I said, if you do feel that you want to do an upgrade, this is definitely a phone I think is definitely worthy of doing that, because you are going to get a lot of a whole load of new phone with the likes of an iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro Max, because you get all those previous year's upgrades too built into it. But really, guys, those are my thoughts and opinions on that. What do you think? Are you going to get yourself a new iPhone 17 Pro Max if you have an older iPhone? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.